Our top story, a new case for military strikes in Syria, and it's about as horrifying as it gets. Earlier, we showed you some new videos taken after the suspected chemical attack last month. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, joins us from Beirut, Lebanon. That's about 40 miles from the Syrian border. And just a warning, if you're watching here, you have kids in the room, some of the video we're about to show you is extremely graphic, so you may want to get the kids out right now. But Sanjay, those videos reportedly show people exposed to sarin gas. Explain what a person experiences when they're exposed to that, because you can't even smell it, can you?
No, you can't smell it. It's odorless. A lot of times people won't know that they've been exposed until they start to develop symptoms, and that's one of the particularly gruesome parts of this chemical weapon. I think the best way to sort of describe, Natasha, what's happening in the body is that it essentially turns on everything in the body. It's called a neurotoxic agent. But everything sort of gets turned on. Your lungs start to create this fluid and secrete fluid that causes that frothing. And again, this is difficult to even describe, Natasha, as you mentioned. The pupils, there was a shot showing the pupils really constricting. And then the muscles sort of go into overdrive, and that's why you see some of this convulsing. Ultimately, what happens, Natasha, and people who've been exposed with a lethal dose, is that the diaphragm itself, which allows someone to breathe in and out, that is a muscle too, and that starts to convulse, really becoming ineffective, and people are unable to breathe. So that's a little bit of an overview of what sarin does to the body.
Yeah, it's so hard to watch, but I mean, it's what we're basing our decision on whether or not to go, to Syria about. If someone does survive a sarin attack, can they ever completely recover? Is there any medicine maybe to reverse the effects of it?
Yeah, so, if someone is exposed but not with a lethal dose, and by the way, it can take a very small dose only to potentially be deadly, and it can just get on your skin even to potentially cause the problems. You don't have to breathe it in. But yes, if someone is exposed and they can get medical care right away, there are certain medications. This, for example, is something known as atropine. And atropine is a medication that's pretty commonly used in hospitals for different reasons. But what it does, it sort of interferes with that blockade I was just describing. So it can, you give a small dose and you basically see if it's starting to have an effect, and maybe you repeat the dose after a few minutes. But that actually can be quite effective. For other people who have a non-lethal dose, the main goal is to just get out of there. Make sure you don't get any more exposure. Make sure it's not getting on your skin, that you're not breathing it in. That's the #1 rule. And then wash your skin off. Wash it off as much as possible. Take off your clothes. That's what they'll advise people to do. But there are some antidotes available.
Well, that's good to know. And we've seen a lot of people using those makeshift masks. How effective are those really against sarin?
Those makeshift masks, and I saw some of the same video, I think, Natasha, that using cups, styrofoam cups to try and create masks, they're really not effective. And, it's a sort of a sad case of desperation when you have to go that way. There are masks, like this, for example, is a military-grade mask. It actually not only has a respirator component to it, but it's so big as to protect some of the skin on your face as well. You'd obviously have to wear long pants and long shirts to protect all of your skin, but that would offer you much more benefit. Those little masks, not only do they not protect the sarin, the gas, from getting into your lungs, but obviously if it gets on your skin even, that can be a problem. So the concern is when you have a mask like that, it doesn't work, and it may offer a false sense of protection.
Well, I know there are reportedly huge stockpiles of sarin. I'm not far from where you are. So, Sanjay, just stay safe, and thank you so much for explaining that a little bit better for us. Appreciate it. Sanjay Gupta in Beirut, Lebanon.
You got it, Natasha.
To find out how you can help the more than 2 million Syrian refugees, visit our Impact Your World page at CNN.com.